Hello, Wargamers, and welcome to our final episode of our 4th edition adventures. Now, take that with
a grain of salt.
A grain of salt, because we have a lot more to come still. We are doing some adventures in the city fight. We're doing some adventures in the late 4th edition content to show you how the codex has evolved later on in 4th edition. But ultimately, we're going to be moving on to 5th edition as the soft plan. And we're also working on... We want to try to play all the editions up to 7th because we eventually kind of want to make a MiniWarGaming edition of old Warhammer 40k where we kind of pick and choose our favorite rules and present them to the community for you guys to try out. And to only really be able to do that properly, we have to grind out like a lot of games. So we have to,
no!
I know,
we have to play a lot of games!
So bad. We have to play a lot of 4th, we want to play a lot of 5th, and we want to play a lot of 7th. Nothing wrong with 6th edition, but 7th edition is pretty much just an errata 6th edition. That's why we didn't play 3rd, because 4th edition is essentially a fixed up 3rd. Now, 5th is arguably just an errata 3rd edition as well, but it does have a big change in like philosophy design of codexes. And I'm sure a lot of you will agree with that as well. And that's kind of the plan. So today, sorry to elaborate and ramble, I am showcasing the Thousand Sons, how they played 20 years ago at the time of recording this with their late 3rd edition codex, as we're playing early 4th is the concept. And my guest here, who I didn't introduce, this is Andrew the Battlechicken.
There you go.
He's been in a few battle reports right now. He's been playing as Witch Hunters, and we are going to be playing the Defend the Shrine scenario right out of the Witch Hunter book, which is perfect for the Arc Traders, the Thousand Sons.
We play and call it work.
For my Thousand Sons today, I'm trying to stay on theme like I did with the other Chaos cults. And I will be honest, I'm very pleasantly surprised with all the options they had. I didn't expect all of this with the Thousand Sons. In fact, I'm a little disappointed because I wasn't able to show off every single thing I wanted to show off, or else I would simply just have, I think, 2 characters and like very minimal Rubric Marine squads, and I wanted to kind of show off as much as I could. Anyways, leading the entire thing, we are going to have a Chaos Lord. First and foremost, with the Mark of Tzeentch, you automatically get the Sorcerer upgrade, which is pretty much the same cost as the Mark of Tzeentch, but more importantly, you automatically cast your psychic powers. There's no need to test your leadership, and that means there's no need to risk any perils of the warp. But that also means I should probably buy some psychic powers for them. Now, we are going to run Bolt of Change on our Chaos Lord, who is going to be a Sorcerer Lord in today's game. On top of that, we're going to run 2 Tzeentch minor powers, which I haven't rolled up yet, but I'll elaborate on what those are when they come up in the game. I can't pass up demonic summoning, so we're going to have a personal icon on this character, as well as our second character we're going to mention in a moment. It's going to be equipped with a power weapon and a bolt pistol. The bolt pistol just to give him an extra close combat attack. And we have a few demonic gifts. The only one I really want to mention here is the Disc of Tzeentch. So if you've been playing Space Marine 2, this will pretty much be that character from the game, is the idea, or the model looks quite a bit like him as well. It gives him the demonic flight ability and an additional attack, but just having a sorcerer bombing around the battlefield with a few psychic powers and the capability to kind of clean house in melee is very appealing to me. Now we're going to be running a Chaos Lieutenant with the Mark of Tzeentch to become a Chaos Sorcerer. We're going to run him in Terminator armor with a power weapon and a combi bolter, and we're going to run 2 minor powers on this character as well. On top of having a personal icon, this character is going to be equipped with Infernal Bolts. Now, as you might know, with Rubric Marines in the future and Thousand Sons in the future, they eventually all get Infernal Bolts, which is just a better armor penetration characteristic. But these ones are heavily explosive rounds of ammunition. Every time you hit with a bolter that has infernal ammunition, you put a little small blast marker down to determine how many hits on the unit you actually have. Not effective against single targets, but against large entities of enemies, just one character with these bolters can just tear them to pieces. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, my second personal icon is going to go here. Troop choices. I really wanted to bring some pink horrors, but I decided to put my demonic summoning points into screamers instead a little bit later. So simply having 2 squads of Rubric Marines with an aspiring champion in them, because we got 9 strong. So we're favored by Tzeentch, which means the aspiring champion upgrade is free. We simply just have to pay for the 9th member. We're going to keep them simple. Just a power weapon, which is essentially a power staff, and a bolt pistol. I was stretching my points out here thin. Usually I like to give them demonic strength, demonic armor, spiky bits. I just simply couldn't afford it with these guys. Not to mention the Rubric Marines are more focused on just shooting at the enemy, like a mobile shooting platform, as opposed to trying to rush into combat. They're not very good. They're still Space Marines in combat, but they don't get all the bonuses they would normally get for charging in, which I'll elaborate on further if we get to that situation. On to fast attack. These are where our demonic entities are going to be. I don't know if going 2 squads of 9 screamers was a little too much. They're not overly expensive. They're only 15 points a model here. So having the second squad doesn't really detract from the list too much in my opinion. However, I think their rules are very, very interesting. And I wanted to give them a shot. And I was too afraid of having one unit getting shot off the board and not having the second unit to show off. They never really stick in combat. They kind of fly in, attack the enemy, and just fly off immediately afterwards. And then our last pick is going to be Chaos Dreadnought. I've always really wanted to run this model here. It is a converted model we picked up like a decade ago. It is going to be a Chaos Dreadnought with a twin autocannon and a Dreadnought close combat weapon. And the poor sorcerer imbued inside of it is going to have essentially a power that shoots out a heavy flamer. Because there's not a heavy flamer model on a close combat weapon, I will just have the sorcerer cast the heavy flamer psychic power. And hopefully you guys understand and accept that. And on top of that, we do have extra armor. I did have 5 points left over for that upgrade. I always love that upgrade for Dreadnoughts. It means they can never be stunned. They're only ever shaken at worst. And I forgot one thing for the Dreadnought. I apologize. Coruscating Flame is a mandatory upgrade your vehicles have to take when you're marked by Tzeentch. They're encapsulated in a blue-white flame that whenever an enemy attacks it, the flames kind of climb up on their body and start doing damage to them. It's like D6 strength 4 attacks. It could add up quite a bit. That's only if you engage them in combat, though. Otherwise, this Dreadnought's free to run around and tear apart the enemy, and it has got great defensive buff, too. It costs 15 points. Might not be worth it, but a thematically very cool upgrade. Now, one thing I did forget to mention about my Chaos Lieutenant is he's going to be equipped in Terminator armor, which is a great upgrade. You know, you get the extra attack, you get the invulnerable save, you get the 2-up save, all kind of in one nice little package. And I'm running him in Terminator armor because I really wanted to check out Rubric Terminators. They become later Scarab-clad Terminators or Sekhmet Terminators from the Horus Heresy, whichever preference you have. They're essentially the same. They're still the automatons, but the champion is still a sorcerer. And I had to buy the aspiring champion for this squad because I didn't want to buy 9 Rubric Terminators. Rubric Terminators being just Chaos Space Marines upgraded with Terminator armor, which is unique to the Thousand Sons because I believe normally you have to bring Chosen and upgrade them into Terminator armor, but the Thousand Sons don't need to do that necessarily. But our aspiring champion will have spiky bits, demonic strength, and a power weapon with a combi bolter, which is my typical aspiring champion build. I figured I'd invest in the Terminator aspiring champion. And on top of all that, his combi bolter is going to have the infernal bolter shells as well. So I'm going to have 2 models with explosive infernal bolter rounds, and I'm very excited to play that off. Now, honorable mentions to one upgrade I really wanted to show off. I just simply didn't have the points to do it. Your sorcerers in this army list can bring up to 4 human wizards or human sorcerers that are latent psychers, and they think they're being mentored by the Thousand Sons. However, the Thousand Sun sorcerers simply sacrifice them to cast more than one psychic power a turn. I didn't have the points for it. I really wanted to show it off. It was more I didn't have the points to buy more than one major psychic power. Which is, they add up to quite a bit. They're like 30 to 20 points each, and they're very situational sometimes. So I thought it a really cool upgrade, but I get why they would have gotten rid of something like that because they just mathematically didn't line up that well with the points. You'd have to have a very elite force to make that work. Anyways, thought that was probably my favorite bit about it. I just didn't have the points to do it. Let's go take a look at Andrew's list because I've talked enough.
All right, hello, Andrew the Battlechicken. Witch Hunters today, being led by Canoness. She has 10 Celestian bodyguards, heavy flamer and flamer in that unit. She is equipped with mastercrafted power sword, a Rosarius, Cloak of Saint Despair, which gives her 2-up armor save, and a bolt pistol, which is not modeled on there. Just imagine that Inferno pistol is a bolt pistol.
It's holster.
It's okay. In another not HQ slot is a priest, bare bones, nothing on him, just so I could bring ecclesiarchy units. In troops, 2 identical Battle Sister squads, bolt pistol and close combat weapon on the Sister Superior, heavy flamer because you have to light those heretics on fire.
Burn the Arc Traitors!
Fast stack, it's 5 Seraphim. The Seraphim Superior has a plasma pistol, close combat weapon, 2 have hand flamers, 2 bolt pistols, kind of bare bones. They're there to move quick, light things on fire. There's a theme here. Just fire. And in heavy support, I have a squad of 9 retributors. 4 of them have multi-meltas. Sister Superiors, kind of bare bones. Once again, bolt pistol, close combat weapon. And I have 2 penitent engines instead of 3, which is the max you could take. But they are crazy. They actually ignore stunned and shaken. They can always fire all the weapons. They always just move and kill. They're a lot better than, I think, the modern ones because they're insane. 5 arcoflagellants. They're even crazier. They're power weapons. They have D6 attacks when you actually turn their trigger word on, which lasts the whole game. So they can actually start dying when they're in combat. Last but not least, I have Narapentia with a mistress, and that's actually where the priest will be joining them because I like big chainsaws and I cannot lie. And I think that is everything.
Today, Andrew and I play a classic and very fitting matchup for today's game. It is Raid the Shrine from the Witch Hunters Codex, released in mid to latest 3rd edition for Warhammer 40k. In this scenario, most of Andrew's forces are going to be in reserve. The building in the middle of the table that you see here is the Shrine of a Saint. And inside of that shrine is the Saint's remains, as well as one of the Saint's relics of war. But what the Imperium is not aware of is that Relic of War is actually a demon weapon, and the Arch-Traders, 1,000 Suns, want it for themselves. For study, of course. So, with today's game, they are aware of the attack on the shrine. The Canoness and her bodyguard will be deployed within the building, and then Andrew is allowed to deploy 1 troop choice and 1 heavy support choice within a 12-inch radius of the building, well, specifically the middle of the board, which is where the sarcophagus is, and then everything else must be in reserve. And they show up normally, starting on the 2nd turn, from any of the long table edges, not the short ones, because that's where the 1,000 Suns are keeping it real. So that is their deployment zones, and they have to split their force right down the middle, as close as even on points as possible, deployed on the left short table edge and the right short table edge. Now, this game is going to last for 6 turns, and whoever controls the shrine at the end of 6 turns will be the winner. However, if no one controls the shrine, then it is a draw. No one wins. But if there are 2 units contesting the shrine in the middle, we get a glorious extra close combat phase. Essentially, special close combat phase where we have to just brawl out inside of the shrine until there's a clear winner, and we just keep doing it until there's only 1 team standing, and that will determine who wins and controls the shrine by the end of the game. This is a cult classic scenario, I'll call it, as a lot of people were very fond of this one, and I remember specifically playing similar scenarios to this one back in the day. And for the terrain of choice in today's game, we're using probably my favorite battle mat of all time from Kraken War Games. It is a ruined cityscape with obtuse angles on the roads and everything, and it lets you build buildings up and effectively all over the place. Now, of course, the terrain we're using to represent our shrine and the surrounding city around it are all the ruins of perdition. All the information on this will be in the description down below. This is MiniWarGaming's newest set of very modular and easy to pack up and carry with you terrain. Again, all the information on how that exactly works will be in the description down below. And there are a few key Games Workshop pieces here to kind of set the mood for what is the martyr or the saint's relic, and a few statuary around it. Now, I take no credit on setting up this board. This was all Scari's work. I am just reaping the benefits of it. I did break it down a little bit as he was playing a proper city fight on it, and I wanted a little bit more room to work with for our Protect the Shrine scenario.
Vault members, don't forget we've got more Warhammer 40k at the links down below for you. I'm going to be busting out some Orcish Speed Freaks, taking on a list that I wanted to play, but somebody's beat me to it, and that is the Imperial Guard Armored Company. Check that out. The links is down below.
We are ready to begin. Defenders, also known as the Witch Hunters, always go first in this scenario. We have your battles, the
Celestians.
The Celestians and
Canoness.
the Canoness deployed in the middle with that is 1 HQ choice because they are a bodyguard. The 1 heavy support choice being the Penitent. And the Battle Sisters just outside of the building. Now, I had to split my force in half. It was very easy. It's going to be 1 Rubric Marines squad and 1 character on each side. So we have our lieutenant over here with the Terminators. And to mirror the other side, we have the Chaos Dreadnought instead of the Terminators. We're going to have our Arc Fiend up here, our little evil for the sake of evil, 1,000 Sun Chaos Sorcerer Lord on top of the building with his disc. and then the other rubrics on the ground floor. We are ready to begin. We have Andrew at like, what, 7 faith points,
Yes.
or whatever the mechanic is called?
They're called faith points, I think.
Oh, actually called faith points?
I'm
Perfect.
fairly certain.
Like acts of faith at the very least, which is how their mechanic worked in this era. You kind of start the game with a fixed amount based on what units you bring, and it's a resource you just simply use throughout the game. Do you gain more throughout the game?
When a unit that has the faithful, which is basically every unit I have, dies, I get another equal to whatever they gave me originally.
Oh, okay. So they essentially give you double the double doing doodas.
Well, I don't want double because I want them to all live.
Oh, I don't think that's their lot. I think they're martyrs, and they are gonna protect this saint to their dying breath, and that is the demon weapon we're all coming here for. At least that's what our intel says.
Demon weapon.
Yeah, it might actually just be a regular relic. Who knows? The Thousand Suns aren't always right. Wow. Don't tell that to 1,000.
I was gonna say, wait. Wasn't somebody notoriously wrong?
Well, that's the rumor. Moving is pretty simple. Nothing to do at the start of your turn. We're gonna move through cover them to get better line of sight to the Thousand Suns over there, I suppose. And they have to move towards the nearest enemy every turn. So we're gonna do Chaos Dreadnought versus Penitent Engine fight at some point right about here, if I had to guess. These guys are going to go D6 plus 6 as per their rule. They'll go up to 11 inches, and they're going to ignore the terrain. They're going to go circumvent around it so they don't have to move through cover. I was hoping you did. There's a chance you're not within 6. We'll find out
This time.
very shortly, I suppose. I figured you were going to get to me right away unless you rolled a 6 on the move. And here we are, rolling almost a 6 on the move. We have to do a move through cover on them if they want to get a few more bob, but if they move, they can't shoot their bolters. Because they're rapid fire, I assume.
I remember Scary saying that if you move, you could still do like 12 inches.
If you get within a foot, you can still shoot double tap, but you have to get within a foot with those
Right.
models, yeah. And we're going to probably be about 18 inches apart here. Maybe a little bit more. We're going to move through cover. They get to go 4 inches. Ooh, just a slight shift. And we're going to go to shooting, which I'm going to assume we're not within a foot here. So there won't be any shooting done over here. And the flamers are not enough to damage the front armor of my Chaos Dreadnought, a.k.a. Hellbrute, the modern era. They have to declare a charge if they can, if they're within 6. They might be. Let's see that. Oh yeah, they are. Very good. Technically this one has to do a move through cover, but you get to roll 3 dice, take the highest. So if you roll at least a 6 on all 3 dice, you'll make it. That's the problem of the, okay, so they're actually gonna go 3. So it doesn't really matter all that much. It just means we're not fighting this turn. It means I get to shoot with my auto cannon first. They don't surge. I was like, oh, you still surge forward. No, that's fantasy and Horus Heresy.
Yeah, they're just like,
Not this version of the game.
No, we can't do it.
This is a little old before the head. You know what? Combat was strong enough. I suppose they didn't need the surge forward. That is it for the Sisters of Battle turn 1. Again, a reminder, a majority of their forces are in reserve, and they can show them from this part of the battlefield or that part of the battlefield over there. Start my movement off on this flank with the Terminators and the Rubric Marines. Now, the narrative for the Thousand Suns is fundamentally still the same, as you guys are aware of it in today's standard. Alverman's Rubric did a number to these guys, so much so that they're pretty much spirits and armor. I should point out that the Terminators are just Chaos Space Marines upgraded to Terminators. That's unique to the Thousand Suns. These are not chosen. And they have power weapons and combi bolters. So with Alverman's Rubric, they have the slow and purposeful rule. They always count as standing still for the purposes of shooting and other nonsense like that. However, they always have to move through cover no matter where they are. So these guys are only going to go 3. And that's true for Terminators and my Rubric Marines on the ground. My independent characters are fine. Not really getting too much done with that. However, we are going to be able to get a few. Only the 2 guys can fire their bolters. The other ones aren't going to have.
Next with the lieutenant.
Yeah, so we got that's my lieutenant, and that's my aspiring champion. Those are actually both like living actual Marines.
Yeah.
They're sorcerers. These are the Rubric guys. We're going to move over to here. We had to move towards the shrine, and we're going to go 4 inches. However, they do count as standing still, so even if I'm outside of 12, they can all take a single shot with their bolter. The other thing about Rubric Marines is none of them can change their war gear. They're bolter only. The only exception is the guys who take Terminator armor. No flamers, no soul cannons. That is all later upgrades they get, which isn't a bad thing. Just they only had limited models, right? They can only cast and make so many stuff. So they're like, you know what? These guys only have bolters. That's all they could take as well.
The crate.
Just buy the crate. We're gonna go forward. These guys are actually in runes. Now the other big thing that they get which you're probably thinking, well, this is all fine and everything. They get to shoot their bolters at max range. It's a pretty big drawback for that. They all have an upgrade called Demonic Essence as part of the Rubric sign. These are 2-wound Marines, which is very rare. In fact, I wonder if the Thousand Sons might be the only ones in the game that actually have 2-wound Marines. In addition, those Terminators we were just looking at are also 2-wound Terminators. So it's nasty. They still died at instant death. It kind of goes in line with Pink Horrors being a 2-wound demon as well. As I go to move the Chaos Dreadnought, it does have a rule called Crazed. Before I do anything with it, I'm supposed to roll a die. On a 2 to 5, it operates normally, and I get to control it. On a 1 or a 6, it pretty much does what it wants to do. 5, we get to operate normally. So we're just going to go ahead and move our 6 up this direction. And that will be it for moving on my turn. We're going to go right to shooting. Your armor 11 on the front?
11 front and side.
11 front side and your open top. But we do have a heavy flamer that the sorcerer trapped inside will cast and hit you with. And then we have a twin autocannon to go with as well.
You'll hit both of them.
Whoosh. I'll just move just a little bit this way, and then we should be good to hit both. Whoosh, whoosh. Now, flamers, auto hit, there's no partials. Now, the downside to the penitents is they're open-topped, which means they have a special rule called vulnerable to templates and blasts. Every time they're hit by 1, they're actually hit twice. So this model's hit twice, that model's hit twice. Now, I still need to roll 6s to simply glance your armor. So the front one, ooh, we do get a glance. And then the one behind it, nothing, you're good. So now we roll on the glancing hit table, but because it's open topped, we add 1 to the roll. So that thing is destroyed on a 5 up, because 6 is destroyed vehicle. You're okay. You're screwed. Do you have extra armor on them?
No, but they ignore shaken and stunned.
Well, then you are A-okay, no problem at all. Let's just feed a couple of autocannon shells to you. It's the twin-linked autocannon, so it's 2 shots that I get to reroll the hit roll. We hit. Ooh, I think we hit once. It does hit on 3s, and twin link lets me reroll. We still miss. Strength 7. I need a 4 to glance your front armor. Oh, it bounces right off your front armor. We're A-okay there.
Fueled by rage.
Ooh, I should probably actually move my little cackling maniacal character up here. So we're going to have him fly down with his Disc of Zinch to here. And we're going to go ahead and immediately go ahead and shoot. He is going to use a major psychic power, the Bolt of Change he bought. Now, because he's got the Mark of Zinch, I don't have to roll leadership check to pass. He automatically conjures it. It is a single strength 8 AP2 attack if it hits. AP doesn't actually matter, but the strength 8 might matter. Hiya! We do hit on 2s and we miss. We rolled a 1. Though he does have the Eye of Zinch as a demonic upgrade. It lets me reroll 1 hit roll, wound roll, and saving throw once on my turn. So I'm going to use that to reroll the Bolt of Change. The Eye of Zinch will guide me and roll a 3 and hit. Specifically armor save, but yes, I was double checking his hit rolls as well. Now its armor is strength 8. So we're going to glance this vehicle on a 3. Oh, we penetrate the vehicle, and you're open top, so we're going to add 1 to this. A 4. Which
Destroyed?
I believe that's vehicle destroyed. So the Bolt of Change just crashes into the side of it and cripples its systems. It's not like dead or exploded or anything. It just ceases to function at a acceptable level, essentially. There you go. That's 1 dealt with. And coming over to these Rubric Marines, they don't seem to have any shots or any targets whatsoever. It's a little weird, but I didn't have the points for any powers on the Aspiring Champions. Probably should have bought like little minor powers on them. Then I have to remember like 5 different minor powers on a bunch of different little sorcerer champions. That ain't about it, dude. I don't want to do that. We're gonna move on. We're gonna shoot some Battle Sisters over yonder, but we're gonna do it with some Infernal Bolters. So I mentioned that the Lieutenant bought the Infernal Bolters. So did this Aspiring Champion he's with. Only they can really fire at the target. So we're going to go ahead and roll that. But they have the blast rule. Chaos Lieutenant, or the Chaos Sorcerer, will be the green dice. He hits on 2s. The other guy hits on 3s. I might be cheating with the amount of dice I'm rolling, actually. I get rapid fire, but I'm not within 12. So Combi Bolters are a little different than Storm Bolters. Storm Bolters are always 2 shots. Combi Bolters are 1-shot rapid fire, but twin-linked. So I have a hit on the main guy, and what I can do here is, that's the twin-linked reroll. So the champion missed completely. This guy gets a single hit on the twin-linked. But that single hit becomes a blast marker. A really great spot. I'm going to get a hit and 2 partials kind of wherever I put it, so we're just going to put it right there because that looks cool. And the 2 partials, we're going to hit 2 Battle Sisters. It does wound them on 3s. It's AP 5, but that doesn't matter because they got power armor. 2 wounds, 2 saves. Oh, they're both fine. Then our Rubric Marines are going to go ahead and fire as well. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolter shots. 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. And that's going to be just 3 wounds. We have save on the sisters. Oh, two of them, I think, die. There should be no, like, feel no pain or anything.
Nope.
Pop, pop. And we're going to go ahead and charge right over here. We're just going to go straight line. There's nothing really intervening here. How can I move?
You can spin it.
Hey. There we go. Perfect. We charged. We're not going to charge Mr. Cackling Maniac up there. And they have nothing to charge over there. I should point out the other thing about the Mark of Tzeentch on non-independent characters gives them demonic essence for an extra rune and fearless, which is also a big deal too. They fight until the last automata is left. Now, my initiative is one better than a penitent engine. That is Space Marine versus Human right there. 3 attacks based on the Chaos Dreadnought, 1 more for charging. And your weapon skill is
3.
Oh, hit me on 3s then. Oh, jeez. These are all strength 10 because it's Dreadnought close combat weapon and your front armor 11. So 1's glance. So it's going to be pen. These are all open tops. So you explode on a 5 in a dramatic fashion. Yeah, we rip you in half and you explode. Does anything weird happen with these when they die?
No.
Just an explosion. Now, explosions can hurt vehicles nearby, so it's just simply a crater. And that's gonna leave a crater in the road, and that is gonna end our first round. Now, even if the penitent engines made their charge in, that guy would have smoked. With those rolls I just had, he would have smoked both of them just right over here instead. So it's kind of the same dealio either way. It was just more of a dreadnought check on both of our ends there. We're gonna go to turn 2 for the Sisters of Battle and all your reserve rolls.
Yes.
Got some reserves. Let's see the Retributors first on a 4. Yeah, they're showing up. And then we have the Repentia. No, not yet. So we'll see them on a 3 next turn, maybe. Arco-Flagellants. Same idea with them next turn. Seraphim? Oh my gosh. And honestly, the only one you really wanted right away were them anyways. Because they're heavy weapons. They can't shoot this turn, but they can get set up in a better position. They are going to walk in from this long table edge, keeping the bolters on the ground with... those are all bolters. Is that the Sister Superior?
Yes.
Yeah. And then the 4 Retributors. You can only still have 4 heavy weapons, but you can give the unit a Blade of Wounds with a few extra Sisters and Bolters if you want to. And it gives them a little bit more staying power, higher unit strength, and all that stuff in this area. And they're watching down this road for when that Chaos Dreadnought rears his ugly head up to go threaten the relic here in the middle. And I want to point, I realized I didn't point out the minor psychic powers that my Chaos Lord and my Chaos Lieutenant down here have. It's a list of 6 you roll on. 1 does nothing. One gives you a power that'll have no effect for the battlefield. It'll be like something random, like you can kind of smell something from really far away or something. is like the description.
That's the Space Wolf's power.
That's the Space Wolf power. Funny enough, I got the other. So he rolled a 1, which is a whiff. So you get no usable power in the battle. And then the other one was a Tzeentch's
Blessing or something.
Weaver of Fates, which is a very well-known and powerful psychic power in modern 40k. It used to be like -1 to wound. It was like -1 to hit or invulnerable save or something. What this does is it sets my strategy rating to 3 for when we pick missions and everything. So I laughed when I got that one. I'm like, oh, at least I got Bolt of Change, which is a major psychic power. So major psychic powers will always have an effect in the game. Minor psychic powers are 10. You can buy as many as you want. Each purchase gives you a roll on the table, and they are very situational. So I spent 20 points on him. 1 was a whiff, nothing important, and the other one helped my strategy rating out, that's more for like rogue trader tournament missions and like other battle missions, not the narrative missions. And then this guy over here, get this, he got Tzeentch's Blessing, which is it uses it in his own shooting phase for himself and his unit. The unit gets to reroll shots in the shooting phase with their twin-linked combi bolters. And then the other one is Psychic Duel. It's powerful. It affects anywhere on the battlefield. I choose one of your Psychers.
Yeah, all my Psychers!
Which the Ecclesiarchy does not use in the Witch Hunter Codex. I think there's like not a...
If I brought an Inquisitor.
Oh, Inquisitor. Okay, I guess if you brought an Inquisitor, it would have an effect. So I do a Psychic Duel with them, and anytime they go to use Psychic powers, it's -1 to their leadership check. So all of 40 points of my minor powers, luckily, I don't have to remember them. And those are the same...
There you go. It didn't
exactly.
even out.
So the other, all like those little 10-point upgrades I could have put on those like aspiring champions, I'm glad I didn't. We got the Tzeentchian minor psychic powers here. This is, if anyone's curious what the options are for all 6 of them were, you can take a pause and take a look. Obviously, Pink Fire Tzeentch would have been usable. And then that's kind of like really it. Maybe Withering Gaze. I didn't want to look at them before I rolled them. I just wanted to roll them, then figure it out later. Move through cover on the Battle Sisters. They're going to go 6 this time. Much better than 4.
Shots.
You want to get into a bolter fight with the Thousand Suns. That is a not great fight, but I admire the zeal. I think that's it for movement, because the penitents are unfortunately, they've served their purpose for the Emperor. They are in his golden arms now.
Are they, though?
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so, actually, yes. Hopefully they serve their purpose by holding off Operation Human Shield.
Operation Human Shield, that's their mantra. That's right to shooting. I suppose we just have, you're probably within a foot now to get some shots going here. Anyone that is 2 shots. Double checking the heavy flamer, not quite in range. Oh, very close though. That means a lot of sisters are gonna be in range for double tapping though. Just the 2 models over there can't fire because that's gonna be heavy flamer and flamer, but the rest are in range to take a couple shots. Does she actually have a storm bolter?
No, it's just a bolt pistol. They used to be able, so in 9th edition, you give them a storm bolter, so I put it on them, and now they can't have it anymore, so she just has a bolt pistol. Gotcha,
that works. So we got 1 shot from her because she's within 12. It'll be 11 shots in total. All right, 3s to hit. 4s to wound. That is 2. 3 up save on the rubric. We're okay, bounces right off their armor. That is the sisters' turn. We go to Thousand Suns, turn 2, and we have reserves of our own. We have our Screamers of Tzeentch. Now, because they are in the favored number of Tzeentch, normally they show up on 4s, but they get a +1 to the roll. It didn't, actually it did matter. Literally. Well, that was the 3. I swear to God, you guys seen it live.
Swear to me.
I swear. All right, so they both must show up. I'm gonna put one of the rifts right there. We have to scatter it. I know this technically does change in 4th edition. I just like to play it this way. It's actually coming 7 inches packed around here. This is technically where you're supposed to like just take it from the point on the character, scatter where they go, and then form the concentric circles around that. So that's where the first Screamer batch is gonna end up. And we might as well split it up and have him try and summon some of them in. We're going to aim it like right there at the base of the ground. And it's going to go 5 towards my dreadnought. We're going to tear open a hole in reality right there and end up kind of in the building and on the other side of the building. That'll be for my reserve rolls. I do got to creep up on the ladies.
Ladies.
But the little demons here get to operate normally as they come in from reserve, which is unique for demons. And maybe demons alone, though I think the Calidus assassin has a very similar rule where she just kind of appears and just does whatever she wants. These ones, and their mission is to fly and take to the skies and start putting pressure on the retributors. Now they have demonic flight. That means they get to move 12 and ignore terrain. That is it. Now they don't have fleet or anything like that. They won't be able to charge right now, but they'll get them later. Maybe. They have to deal with that shooting and all that stuff as well. We're going to go ahead and just move our Chaos Dreadnought buddy. He does have to do a move through cover. Blah, he's going to go for himself. That's our new home. We're going to go ahead and move the Rubrics towards the shrine. They got to do a move through cover for their slow and purposeful. And just barely making it out of that crater. Still, a few guys, doesn't matter if they make it out of the crater. They still got to do move through covers. And we are going to get ever closer to our Battle Sister friends. So these ones are in for a bad time. They got Rubric Marines about to light them up. They have the Scarab-Terminators, scarab-clad Terminators about to light them up. And then they're going to get jumped by weird flappy demons. Let's see where they get to move. They're going to go 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and jump the demons up. And then move our Terminators right afterwards. 3. Very good. And we're done moving. We're going to shoot. We're going to have fun with the Infernal Bolters first, though. We're definitely within 12 now. So the green die will be the Sorcerer Lieutenant. And the other die will be the Aspiring Champion. So everything's hitting. Twin linked. He does hit on 2s. That's 4 blast markers. Bang, 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 bang. You have to resolve them one at a time, though. So the first one is going to go for that model. So it's going to be 3 partials and a hit. 3 partials and a hit. So it's going to be 3 hits, and they are wounded on 3s. 3 up save. Boom. Oof. 2 die. You don't have to pull them from there, but that's the spot I'm going to keep aiming at if you don't. And then the second blast is just going to be here, and it's going to be the same idea. 2 partials and a hit. It's a really cool upgrade. I like it a lot. That's 2 partials and a hit. That's 3 hits. And 1 wound. Nice. So I'm just going to aim at the same spot again with the 3rd blast. 1 hit plus 2 more. Nice. Thank you, Phil. Man, really showing up today. 3 more wounds. The Glacial Geek is here with me. We destroyed 3 more. No! They're going down. And then there's 1 more to resolve. I'm just going to put it it doesn't matter where I put it because it's probably not going to hit anything. It's like one hit, one hit, one hit. Yeah, it's just one hit. Oh, boo me. Oh, Andrew. There you go, another wound. Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. I almost killed the whole squad. That's your superior.
I want to get rid of the flamers.
Oh, that's fair. Well, you know what? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more bolters to resolve.
You okay?
It's like super good rolling on my part and absolutely doo-doo poo-poo rolls from
poo-poo.
Andrew there. You get 3 up save, you know.
Unsubscribe from Phil.
The Glacial Geek is with us. Woo! So we got the guy who's rapid firing. Then the 3 dudes behind who are not. They all hit naturally. I'm going to remind you, Andrew, you actually have a 3 up save. So you have three saves to make on 3 up. All right, you failed another one. You gonna keep the heavy flamer?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna shoot you 20 times with the Rubric Marines now. It's actually not 20 times. I got 9 models, so it's actually only 17 shots because of the bolt pistol. 3s! It's a casual 15 hits. That's fine. Some fails, I suppose. 9 3-up saves.
Yeah, I'm gonna make all of them. Trust me. Look at that. Look, they all passed.
Yeah. Look, 4 more. 5 would have died on that volley alone. This game, Andrew, you gotta start rolling better than that. I'm trying to make a show here.
I don't like you anymore.
I believe you get a miracle point. They have generated 2 now. What do you do with What do you do with the Acts of Faith?
Not win, apparently.
Not do much of anything at all.
There's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
It depends on.
It's all situational.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I forgot to move this guy. He's gonna cackle his way down here. Because he's got nothing to really do. He's got nothing. Nah, he doesn't want to shoot anything.
Hashtag Luka cheats in the comments.
You guys don't understand how much I cheat off camera. Sometimes you only catch it on camera. They have 180 arc with their weapons, so we're going to fire the auto cannons this direction. But we have line of sight to... well, you know what? If I kill anything, we'll see what I have line of sight to. I got a couple of hits. These are going to be 2s to wound, and you have your full 3-up save. They're only AP 4. And you're good. That ricochets right off of power armor for the lady. That is the end of my second turn. There is nothing for my little manta things to charge. But boy, are they ready to dogpile on the middle or what? However, as we go to your third turn, you get a bunch of reserves showing up.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Start with them. 3s. Yay! Arcoflagellants. Hey! Regular sisters. Hey! And Seraphim. Oh, it's go time, baby. Everything's showing up.
That's right.
Before we move these units in from reserve, the Ordo Hereticus, the Witch Hunters, have access to a role called Holy Rage. Not every unit has it. The Repentia have it built in, and it's active at the start of the movement phase if you roll a 1 or a 2 on them because you have the Sister Superior. Otherwise, it's normally just a 1.
No, it's a 1 or 2, and I get 2 dice instead with the Mistress.
With her, that's right. So we're going to go ahead and roll that to see if they get to add extra movement as they come in from reserve. Oh, they do. So they add D6 inches to their movement as they come in from reserve. I'm not too sure if this would work or not as per the reserve rules. I like the idea of it, and they're still moving in. They have to move in towards the nearest enemy. But Andrew gets to pick where they move in from. And then the Arcoflagellants don't have the Holy Rage rule unless you hit their stim injectors and amp them up. And then in that case, they're always subject to the Holy Rage rule, meaning they always move an extra d6 towards the enemy. However, if you roll a 6 for the movement, one of them just suffers a wound and is like overcome by the drugs and dies. So go ahead and roll to see how far they go.
Should we keep the 1?
No. We rolled it off camera, but let's for the people. They get the 2!
Oh, double is good.
So they'll add 2, they'll move 8, and they're going to move 11 in. And showing off some of the reserves, they come rushing in from this long table edge right behind the Rubric Marines. Now, they can't declare charges because they're coming in from reserve. That's, like I said earlier, a special demon thing. However, they do have a cool rule that if they ever fail a morale check due to enemy shooting, they just kind of charge 2d6 towards the enemy. So I got to be very mindful of that. On this side, we have the Arcoflagellants moving into the ruins here, threatening these Rubric Marines. And then on the opposite side of the battlefield, the Seraphim come moving on, as well as the other Battle Sisters, right beside the Retributor squad in the building. And then our Celestines, with the Sister, or the Canoness, I should say, are just shifting around, taking up a position here to light up some of my Screamers.
Flamers. The other Flamer's out of range, but...
Oh, yeah, the other flame. That one Flamer's out of range, but the Heavy Flamer is in range to hit. So we're going to get a hit with the Heavy Flamer. And then we have a few bolters all firing shots at them as well. So the Heavy Flamer first. I believe it's a 3 to wound, not a 1. We know 1 is not going to do it. We're not of this world, and your flames of this world have no effect on us. So says the dice. That'll be 15 bolter shots from the remaining sisters and the 1 bull pistol. 3s to hit. And you need 4s to wound me here. I'm toughness 4 on a screamer. That is a 4 in the building there. My guys only have a 5-up demonic save. However, a majority of them are in ruins, so they're going to get a 4-up cover save instead. Didn't matter. Well, it mattered for 1 roll. We do lose 4, which is pretty much half the unit. And that is going to be a demonic instability check at the end of the shooting phase. So I pull the 4 that die. We'll say these guys died because they were all getting cover. And 1 lingering back here. Yes. And we're moving on to the Retributor squads. They're going to take their shots at the Chaos Dreadnought. Now, he's a big thing. We don't have to worry about leadership checks. We're just going to see how many of them are in range. It is 2 feet in this edition, as a reminder. The Melta rule only comes into play at half, I think, still. But it's still strength 8 fire. And 4 of them are in range, if I didn't say that already. Sorry, we broke a piece of the terrain here. And it took 2 adult men way too long to figure out how to put it back together.
Or not long enough.
Or not long enough, maybe. All right, so we got 1 shot each on the sisters. 3s to hit, I believe. I would assume. You know what? You rolled 1s and 4s, so it doesn't matter. It's going to be armor. I think I'm armor 11 on the side, so it's going to be 3s to glance, 4s to pen. I'll double check anyways. I know the 6 and the 4 are pens. The 3, I'll have to look up. And just looking at the cover here, I'm not going to be getting hull down. It's not quite enough. I'm like, maybe my feet are covered a little bit from the angle. They got a good elevation on me. Correction. I'm actually very surprised. He's actually armor front and side 12. So it was a glance and a pen, and maybe another. I can't remember what you rolled.
It was a 3, a 4, and a 6.
Correct. Yes. So pen and a glance. Melta effect only comes in within half, which means any glances become pens.
Oh, it's AP 1.
Ooh. Also, quickly remembering AP 1 weapons cause all glancing hits to be penetrating hits instead. The Melta effect is when you're in half range, you roll 2 dice for the armor pen, like it kind of always was. Anyways, that's 2 penetrating hits. Why don't you go ahead and roll on the table what that is? Please don't roll 4-ups. Oh, how about explosion? That is going to affect. Why don't you roll the radius of the explosion, because that can hurt my screamers as inch. 4. Oh boy, that's going to hit a few of them, I think. It is just going to be the 2 hits there. Why don't you go ahead and roll to wound them? They're always wounded on 4s. That's just how the explosion works. Nope. Oh, it's superficial. A little tiny blowback. The runes eat most of it. There's already a crater there. I'm just going to leave that crater there. Cool Kratos Dreadnought. No, but that's only fair. I killed your penitent engines. We just traded. Moving on to the Celestine squad. These 2 heavy flamer and flamer are out of range of the screamers. But that bolter, this bolter right there, and that bolt pistol are within 12 to take some shots. So it'll be 5 shots. But one of them's a Canoness, I think, actually.
Yes.
So she probably hits on a 2.
So that's her?
2. She hits. And then the other 3, 4 shots, I guess, technically, for the bolters double tapping. So one more bolt pistol in there I forgot about. Yep. Oh, everything hits. Nothing. Sure. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Again, we're hitting the walls. It'll be for shooting. Arco-flagellants in the building there have nothing, and no shots on the priest and all that stuff over there. There's like a las pistol, but it didn't do anything. It wasn't worth recording. I owe you a demonic instability check. Now, most people might think, and I am one of them included, that you only do that for morale. You do it for shooting as well for demons in this edition. They rolled a 5. They're A-okay. There's no charging. Can't come in from reserve. Can't charge from reserve. So we're going to go to my turn 3. I have nothing in reserve. It's just go time. Screamers. I don't know if I want to deal with the Celestine squad, so I want the Screamers to kind of dogpile on them from both angles. But these are going to be a problem. Hey, grow up. They're going to be a problem later in the game, but they're a problem right meow. So,
did you just say meow?
No, I said it right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you trying to confuse me? Are you thinking my kid? Oh, mimbly pimbly?
I did say meow. Nothing too exciting, just getting in range to charge later with both of the Screamer units. They have demonic flight, so they get to move 12. They just charge 6, though. I do have to move the rest of my forces. We have to move towards the objective in the middle because we have to move with purpose. There's no doubling back to deal with them because we won't have time to get to the shrine otherwise. But we have to move that way while holding down our trigger at them.
You could shoot them. That's a good idea. I want you to shoot them.
But I want to be far away first. Go. 4 is not far away. So they're going to move 4. And then the Terminator unit is going to move in the same direction and we'll go 6. Very good. Moving away with the Rubric Marines and moving, well, towards the objective with the scarab-clad terminators. But ultimately, we have to deal with them. And they have that, don't forget, they have that scare rule. If they fail a morale check, they're Black Templars at heart. They just 2d6 towards the enemy right into combat instead. And they're fearless. They automatically pass morale checks while in combat. They're nasty. I want to deal with them somehow, but it's going to be tough. We're going to have to shoot them, I guess, and hope for the best. We're going to move 5 on our little Rubric Marine friends here. We're just pushing up the board. I kind of want to send the Sorcerer Lord to go deal with him, but if he whiffs, there's a damn good chance he just dies to them. So I don't know if I'm willing to risk my 300-something point character to that nonsense. But you never know, you know? No, I'm probably not going to. He's just going to jump. He's going to go start fighting the Canoness. Get in there right away. That jump is going to get him whoosh to right here. Right beside that statue. Might be able to get a charge off too, depending on the casualties and stuff. Pretty much it for my movement. We're going to go ahead and start shooting. We're going to go with Rubric Marines. Shooting through the ruins here. They have a 4-up invulnerable save. So I guess the rune save doesn't matter too much. This got a dope save. Their toughness is 5 though, which is crazy. Freeze to hit. I'm here for your entertainment and my gun sounds. 5's to wound because they're thick. That's 5 wounds though. Quite good. You're going to have 4-up invulnerable save or cover save. Take whatever you want. They're both the same. 1 wound each though, I assume?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I caught 3 of them. Are they fearless?
They should be.
Yeah, I would assume the Arco Flashlands are. They are fearless, and even 2 of them are nasty. We're going to move on to our Chaos Lord. He's going to conjure a bolt of change. He's going to flick it into the building here and attack one of the Celestines. It's on a 2. This is going to be my relic. 2 to wound as well. It's AP 2. Going to have some cover, though. You got lots of ladies kind of... Only 4 of them are in the open, so you can just take like a 4-up save. Hey, you're good. 5-up would work, too. And then that brings it to das Shooting over here. We'll start with the Storm Bolters, or the Combi Bolters on our Scarab-clad. We'll start obviously with the 2 cool characters. Do the Sorcerer Lieutenant, hitting on 2s. That's a great start. I gotta see if they're within. And then the Aspiring Champion. Yep. I want to make sure they're within 12. I was assuming they were. They are. And then that guy's going to be within 12. It all depends. I got to resolve these blasts first. The first of the Infernal Bolter rounds will stay on this lady's head. We're only going to get these 3 partials with her. It's 1 hit plus 1 hit, so it's 2 hits. And I wound 1 time. But apparently they have a 4-up armor save this edition. Or they're good to go. All right, nice. So no damage there. I'm just going to put the second shot in the same area. So it's going to be 1 hit plus 2 hits for a total of 3. And these are wounding on 3s. And then you have 3 armor saves. Okay, all good. The second one, same spot. We're going to have 3 hits again. And it's going to be 2 wounds, 2 armor saves. This time we will destroy 1 of them. Boop. And then I'll just put it on that same spot. And it's going to be 3 hits and 3s to wound. All right, 3 wounding hits. And all armor saves. And this time we destroy 2. And then we have a few bolters to resolve. I got 2 of them in rapid fire range, and those 2 are not. 6 shots in total, twin lengths. And these are just regular bolter shells, no cool infernal bolter rounds. That is going to be, I'll reroll that guy. Total of 5 wounds. Armor saves. I will destroy 3 additional ladies. Back when bolters were strong as heck. The rubrics are going to fire backwards at them. I mean, I was going to face all the models this way, but I figured I don't need to do that. This one guy is within 12. The rest are single tapping their shots, and the sorcerer will not be firing. Bang, 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 bang. And we got about half hits. And we got 3 wounding hits. And that will destroy 2 additional ones. Ay, they do not like bolter fire. They get to do a morale check. If they fail, they actually run towards me.
They're fine.
Oh, they're going to pass. Okay. Well,
she has a 10.
Oh, leadership 10. Fair. Okay, so it's not likely to fail. Then we charge. I will like to charge with my sorcerer. If you could double check to see if my sorcerer was within 6. I know that these guys are all going to be within 6. I should be able to get the special promotional model there if you just want to throw them into contact with her. They're not going to move much because you're defending a barricade, so it's going to fight on the other side of the barricade. However, I don't think Screamers get high initiative here. I'm going to treat you as defending the shrine, so you're going to be initiative 10. I do have frag grenades on the Sorcerer Lord, so he'll be initiative 10, but all the Screamers, you fight before they do. All right, we got lots of Screamers getting in there. That'll be for fighting, charging. We are going to go ahead and do initiative 10 fighting, which will be all your Celestines. Your Canoness there will be able to fight probably towards the Sorcerer or not. And then the Screamers and everything will go after all that stuff. Have the Canoness and the 2 friendos fight the Sorcerer. Now, there's technically a rule where characters only fight if they're ever in base contact. It's just, whatever. Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't care about that rule too much for 4th. I would get rid of that myself if I could, so I like to allow the characters to fight it through within 2. But you can only allocate attacks into them if you're in base contact. Gives them extra safety. Not that it really matters, because all it means is you can just make sure the character's always at the front or always at the back when you move. It's just, if you forget to do it, this rule doesn't punish that too much. We're going to do these 2 sisters and the
Canoness.
The Canoness. The Canoness might have to, it's probably closer over here. She might have to fight these guys because she's like a quarter of an inch away from them and like maybe a little bit further there. So I'd say you do typically have to fight the thing that's closest. She'll get the action soon enough. So 2 battle sisters there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battle sisters plus the Canoness into the screamers, and then 3 battle sisters. And by battle sisters I mean Celestines into the pink screamers out there. So we'll do the 2 attacking my sorcerer first.
So it's actually, that's the Sister Superior. So she has
Nice.
2 base, extra close combat weapon. And that's 3 then, right? 2
Should be
base.
3. Yep. 3 attacks. What, you got, power weapon?
No, just
Extra close combat weapon, chainsword, gotcha. 4 is to hit. The Celestines have a rule where they always hit on 3s unless it's against an independent character. Strength. No, you can't hurt them. And then you have the regular sister, the Celestine, attacking, which is a hit and a 5 to wound with her close combat weapon. Ooh, I assume it's not a power weapon.
It is not.
3 up armor save. Oh, he fails it. He has the Eye of Tzeentch. So he gets to re-roll it. Oh, you stuck a wound. Very good. That will leave him at 2 remaining wounds. Demonic Essence, the extra wound, only goes on the basic Chaos Space Marines, not the independent character. So he's got, and the disc gives him an extra attack and flight, not an extra wound. Then we have these 3 attacking the Screamers on the outside of the building.
do the one is also.
Which one
on the
there?
other side.
That hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. I was, she can attack there.
Yeah, that's the
works.
one we were, yeah.
Yep.
So it's just 4 of them.
4 of them attacking. Should be 3s to hit because they're Celestines. And 5. Oh, Celestine's my butt. They were relaxing and maybe a little bit too much on this Shrine World.
What's your toughness?
4. Oh, that's not a wound. I made my demonic save anyways, I suppose. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 attacking the blue Screamers, and then we'll do the Canoness afterwards.
All right, so maybe I'll do better this time.
3s. Oh, there you are. Well done. 5s to wound with their chainswords. Oh my gosh. And then what do we have on the Canoness?
Mastercrafted power weapon and a bolt pistol, so she has 4 attacks.
She's 3 base. All right, 4 attacks and a reroll because it's mastercrafted. She hits on 3s because she's got good weapon skill. Reroll because it's a mastercrafted power sword. Is she strength 4 base or she's
Look,
just a human after all?
just a human, strength 3.
5s to wound, and it'll go right to my demonic save. Oh, she wounds 2 of them. And she stabs both of them through. She cuts the head off one and impales the other. And that is guys who die before they get to attack. I don't want to pull guys in base contact because that'll screw up how others attack. So I'll have that one die, and then...
This one?
Actually, this guy's probably pretty... Ooh, she's going to pile into that one later, so let's take out this guy. Yeah, that's 2 down. And then I get to do my sorcerer who fights at the same time. Now, before he attacks, we are going to attempt to perform an act of faith here. Well, do you know what this one's called?
Spirit of the Martyr.
Spirit of the Martyr. What does this one do there, Andrew?
It changes their normal saves to an invul instead.
Oh, the 3-up armor goes to a 3-up invuln for this phase. But you have to roll over the amount of models in the unit.
I think it's equal to over.
Oh, equal to
We'll
over?
check if I fail.
Oh, true. You got to roll an 11 up then.
No.
So that's one of the faith points. The Emperor does not answer that blessing. A 3-up invulnerable save would be critical against power weapons, I would say. Now, the Chaos Lord, to show you his attacks, he's got quite a bit. He's got 3 base. He charged for 4. Only the Rubric Marines don't get the extra one for, that's the slow and purposeful part. His little disc gives him 1 extra attack. And he's got a power weapon and a pistol. These are 3s to hit. And he's got spiky bits, which is a cheaper mastercrafted. He could also buy a mastercrafted if you want to, but I already have invested enough points, I think. He's strength 5 because of demonic strength. So 2s. He kills 4 sisters, which would have to be those 4. Well, I can't kill the character, but that'll kill the Sister Superior, 2 Celestines, and a wound on the Canoness. Actually, no, the Canoness cannot take wounds. She's not in base contact. I just said that earlier. So I killed the 3. That's it. Yep. These guys are too far away to take wounds. That's a pretty good showing from our Chaos Lord. And then we get to go with our initiative like 4 or whatever they are, not 10. We're going to do these 5 attacking first. They gain the Furious Charge rule, which is an extra initiative and extra strength. That makes them strength 5 and initiative 6, which is actually very impressive. Initiative. 1 attack each base, so they go up to 10 attacks on the charge. Celestines are the same weapon skill as me, so I only hit them on 4s with a single hit out of 10. Oof. 2 to wound, but you have your full armor save because it's just a high strength. No AP. Oh, we kill one. Very good. Any of the 3 in there of your choice. As we try to break into the shrine here. And then we have the blue ones attacking. This one can't attack because the Chaos Lord took away all of its fun. These 3 are able to attack, which means this one's in base contact, so the guys within 2 of it can fight as well. So it should be just these 5 attacking, I think. Same 10 attacks. Can we do the 1 hit again? Oh, this time we got 300% more hits. And 100% more wounds. There we go. Armor! We destroy one of them. All right, and that's kind of it. It does have to be one of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was over here. Derp, derp.
All good. We'll kill that guy. Haha. Right, so...
They're ladies.
That's true, I killed that lady. We destroy 3, 4, 5. You destroyed 2 of my screamers and did a wound to my character.
So I lose.
You lost combat. Are you under half yet? 1, 2,
I've lost 5 out of 11, so no.
No, you're not under half. I don't have any ways to modify your leadership, but I think I outnumber you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I do outnumber you, not 2 to 1, but enough to make you -1 leadership. Are you fearless or anything, or stubborn on them? Nothing like that? All right, leadership high because of Canoness, I assume. Yeah, you're good. What's the leadership of Canoness? 9?
It's either 9 or 10. It is 10.
Yeah, you're good. So, I get to show off the cool Screamer rule. They never, they don't have legs, so they don't land. They actually do hit and run attacks. So they get Furious Charge when they attack, but if the enemy doesn't fall back, they must fall back.
So they don't land, they air.
They air. Yes, they air. So I choose the direction they move, and they move 3d6 in that direction. So they're both gonna go 3d6 towards that building as they come in, attack, and they fly away. But that unfortunately means my Chaos Lord is abandoned in the building because they have no choice. They have to fly off. And I thought that rule is so cool because it's just like little vector strikes. So we're gonna go 3d6 on the blue ones. If you could be so kind as to move them 12 towards there. I'm gonna aim for that long door thing there. And we're going to go with the pinks.
12.
We're gonna
go this way?
Yeah, right, exactly that way. And then we're going to go 13 on the purple ones.
So
the pink ones end up there, and these ones rolled enough to go scale up on the building and everything. They're all effectively it doesn't really matter with fly movement, but it's kind of where they all end up. And then it's my turn, so I have to pile in my 6 first, and then all of your ladies start piling into my guy as well. And he is left alone fighting a bunch of Celestines and a Canoness, which he doesn't love. All right, we can maybe make it work. We'll see. That is the end of my turn. So we cleared out the building a little bit, cost us a few demons, but they are immortal, so what does it really matter? We'll see them later. Check the Holy Rage on them. Yes.
Oh, they're double. Yeah, they're 100% Holy Rage.
So they're going to add D6 to their movement. They're moving 11. Oh, they're charging in this turn. Yep, they're going to be just right in front of my lads. They want to do as much damage as they can before they go down. And then we move on to our Arco-Flagellants here.
So I'm going to roll the D6 for the terrain, but it's going to be adding another D6.
Oh, yeah, so do a 2D6 for move through cover. Yeah, that's right. And then we'll add D6 to it. And you don't want to roll a 6 on this, you want a 5. Hey, a 4 is cool too, so they get to go 10, which is no problem. They're going to be right in front of the rubrics. And that is going to be potentially bad for them. And then the last things to move will be on this part of the battlefield. We're going to show you where all of this ends up. There'll be a few move through covers, maybe, but ultimately they got to rush towards the shrine and help out.
Anything can fire.
This is all moving down over here. They jumped with their jump packs. They're moving through cover, keeping their retributors where they are. And we're going to go right to shooting.
Yes.
No shooting on the Arco-Flagellants. No shooting over there, but we do have some shooting over here. Yep. Actually, it's mostly just them,
It's just them.
Yeah. Is we just doing 4 multi-meltas down it that way?
Yeah, we're going to do the...
Checking range, this one is too far away to fire. The other 3 are within 2 feet of the rubric. So it's a good thing you didn't go for the scarab-clad. They were actually out of range. 3s to hit. Whoosh. Oh, good start. 2s to kill. I don't have any cover. Your elevation is too good. And they will just go ahead and burn down 3 of those Rubric Marines down there. They're fearless, so we don't really care about it. We're going to say... Well, I have to pull the ones in range, so it's literally just these 3. I'll go down. And there's 2 bolters that are in range to shoot as well. Couple shots. Bang, bang. And 4s. Bang, bang. Oh, nope. There, nice roll. That is going to bring us right to charging with the Repentia and her retinue going into the Rubrics. Should be no problem there. And then the same idea with the Arco-Flagellants are going to charge right into the Rubrics and the Sorcerer to try and slow them down at the very least and do as much damage as they can. We might as well just go ahead and fight right here with them right now on the Arco-Flagellants. What's the dealio here?
So they had the sim injectors activated, so they get D6 attacks normally +1 if they charge. Any 6s, they still get to attack, but then they die at the end of that.
If they roll a 6 for their amount of attacks.
Correct.
Gotcha. So 2d6 attacks +2 effectively. 7. Not bad. No one dies. And they're power weapons. They're power flails. Something like that. It is described as a variety of wicked weapons. Enough to burn right through armor. What's your weapon skill? 4. 4's to hit. Whoosh. Good start for me. Strength?
4.
All right, 4's to wound. And it goes right through me armor. That's a wound! We are demonic essenced. We just take a wound on a rubric. The reason the other rubrics die to the Meltas is because those are instant death. And I get to fight. I'll just put the wound on that guy to keep it simple. We'll go ahead and mark that in a second. Rubric Marines only ever get 1 attack. They can never sweep. But the Sorcerer gets his attacks. Now, I couldn't do much on them other than bolt pistol power weapon. So the Sorcerer Aspiring Champions will have 2 attacks base plus that. And then you have an invulnerable save, right? Mm-hmm. So I might as well throw in the other rubrics as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rubrics, 6 additional Rubric Marine attacks. I need 4s to hit and 5s to wound because your toughness 5 on them. They are essentially very immune to pain. 1 wounding hit right to invuln. We destroy 1 of them, and I assume you're fearless.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we do win the combat, and we do outnumber you pretty heavily, though. Mm. So we outnumber you at least 4-1. You have to take, I think it's 3 saves, as we kind of like just surround you and try to kill you. So we do end up killing him for the outnumber bonus, and that does mean we get to massacre. We consolidate 6 inches because it's a massacre. So they end up with their massacre, and I think that is it. Let me double check one thing under the rubric. It said they can't make sweeping advances, but sweeping advance is different than consolidating. All right, specifically because of sweeping advance, not just advancing. So we're good. And then we get to go ahead and do the Repentia. I assume are a higher initiative than me.
No, she has initiative 1 because of her.
Oh, it's a great weapon.
However, they probably have a higher initiative.
Yeah, I think I'm still initiative 4, but only 1 attack. We're gonna go first with the sister.
Mistress.
The Mistress, that's right. She got 2 whips there. She's initiative 5 with those whips. So she'll go first. Hitting on 4s, okay. And re-rolling because of the Priest?
Yes.
For hatred on the first round of combat? Hey, there we go. What's strength? She's still strength 3?
She's still strength 3.
5s to wound. And they're not power whips, I don't believe. So I fail my save anyways. We go to initiative 4 on the Priest, who will be at the same time as my Rubric Marines. We might as well get him out of the way. Does he have 2 close combat weapons or just 1?
Yes, just close combat weapon and charged, yeah.
Gotcha. 1 hit and re-roll. 1 hit and a 5 to wound. Ooh, and that'll kill the rubric. There you go. But he'll get to fight back.
He will.
So it'll be. I guess I should wound the guy not in base contact. That makes more sense. So 1. This guy should be within 2. So it'll be. Do you have invuln saves on them?
No.
I'll do the power weapon on the champion first.
On the lone Repentia.
He's attacking. Yeah, he's attacking you. You choose however you want to take the saves. I got a hit. And a wound. What's the weapon skill on that unit? Probably 4. Just the 1 wound.
And oddly enough, they have a 4 ballistic skill. This is a power weapon, though?
Yes. So you could kill the Priest if you want to, or the Mistress if you want to get the rerolls for
the Priest has 2 wounds. I'm going to put a wound on him then.
Oh, there you go. Done. Yeah, he's wounded. And it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rubric attacks. Rubrics! 4s to hit. And 1 wound if your toughness 3. And you'll have it. This one you get a save against.
It'll be on the same guy, though, wouldn't it?
Should be, yes. Blech. Is he an independent character?
Yes.
Oh, I would have had to attack him. It might have to go on her, because I'd have to attack him separately. When independent characters are in combat, they're a separate unit, mechanically. So she would take a wound. And But the wound from the power weapon.
Then she would have died.
She dies to the power weapon. And then this lady takes a... That was a 4-up save pass, so you're good. Nice. That worked out. And then you would get to attack with the Eviscerator lady. 2 attacks on the charge. Reroll for hatred. And 2s to wound. 2 to wound. That does destroy this Rubric Marine. Of course, I'm going to remember the extra wound I took from the priest and put it on this model. So the Eviscerator put a wound on that guy. And that's it, I guess. You're fearless. You automatically pass morale checks in combat. So that means I outnumber you 2 to 1. You take an automatic hit that you get a save against. Oh, you take a wound. And then the priest is kind of left fighting. But that's not bad. You kind of did his job, ties these guys up for a turn. As we have to go in and surround and pile into them. And we're forced to do this. That is going to bring us to the last fight of this turn. A very dramatic fight. Where we're going to do an active face called the Passion. All right.
I have to roll equal to or above the number of ladies in there, and then I get +2 initiative.
All right, you got 6 models in the unit, and you roll 6. The Passion works. The Emperor...
Equal to, okay, good. It was equal to.
It's equal to, good, yeah. So you got 6 models in there. And with the Passion, the Emperor bestows upon them +2 initiative. I'm initiative 5 on my Chaos Lord, and all of your ladies are initiative 4 up to 6. So they get to try and beat him down before he gets to go. He's only got 2 wounds and a 3
Take this beating like you deserve it, you dirty heretic.
And I didn't buy him Demon Armor either. He's only got a 3-up save. Oh. And I don't have a reroll because it's only on my turn. Yeah, so he could go
I'm just
down
hoping
here.
for power weapons then, huh?
Yeah, power. He does have a 5-up invulnerable save. I did buy him demonic, whatever that's called, demonic something. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't think you can use 2 powers at the same time. There's another one that 6 to wound, count as power weapons. But that wouldn't affect anything. It would just...
True, yeah. So what are we attacking
So the Canoness first, so she has 3 attacks normally and a pistol.
All right, good luck. 4s to hit, mastercrafted. 3 hits so far. Ooh, 5s to wound, and it burns right through my armor. Oh no! She's gonna get him with the Passion. He dies. I make 1 invulnerable save. That's what he gets for being so arrogant. And
the Doomslayer music continues.
Oh no! He underestimated the power of the Celestines and the Canoness. That could be...
The Emperor protects.
That could be a huge save for the Shrine. I was thinking about holding him back a little bit, but I kind of forgot. I'm like, oh, whatever. He'll go in. He'll have all of them to be a Blade of Wounds. They sabotaged him. They abandoned him. They have to leave. So I got too bold.
That's why you get packs with dirty demons.
That was truly a gift from the Emperor. That was exactly what you needed for the Passion. Got to go first before I had a chance to swing. I was going to go all my attacks in her and try and take out the Canoness. And then hopefully the Celestines couldn't do much. Nice, I liked it. So they get to do a massacre move. They get to move D6 inches.
They're going to stay in the shrine, though.
Yep. You don't. If you don't want to move them at all, you don't have to move them at all.
Just
boop,
boop.
boop. Well, what if you rolled a 1? Doesn't matter. Oh, we might as well make another passing run with our Screamers. They're going to fly up this way with the pink ones, and the blue ones are just going to fly back into the building. We're going to just keep dive bombing onto the Celestines in there. All right, this is where they end up. Kind of regret bringing all these Screamers. They move a heck of a lot, and I have a particular disdain for playing missions that revolve around the direct middle of the table. We have like raised tables and raised buildings, so it's like really difficult to like work with the elevated places. Now, please, I am only kind of complaining a bit, but man, I like the rule a lot. It's a lot of moving though, and sometimes I'm freaking lazy. We have to
sometimes.
Hey, whoa! I said be cool. We're gonna move the rubrics, the Terminators specifically 5, if you could be so kind as to move them towards these Screamers. And then the other Rubric Marine squad over there, who are not tied up anymore, will go 5.
Oh, the Rubrics, I'm sorry, that's the Terminators.
Sorry, I meant the Rubric Terminators. And then those Rubrics are going to move 5 as well. And they're going to get ever so closer. They don't really have any line of sight. These guys are all piled up really tight. Normally you can't draw line of sight through other units, but you can like disperse them so you can draw line of sight through them. This is all a little too nasty. Same with them. They're not... Oh, actually, if you could move them 5 this way, actually, yes. Because I'm going to take shots at the Seraphim. Once they're done moving, I'm going to unleash a volley of shots at the Seraphim. I don't think any of them are really within 12, so it'll be a bunch of single taps, but they always kind of staying still. I guess I could probably have a couple shots 24-inch range up at the Retributors and everything too, so we'll see what we got. Start shooting with them. I'm going to start with the aspiring champion because he's the furthest in the back corner there. That's him right there. Measured, they're going to take their shots up here. So he's got the blasting infernal bolter rounds, but he is only a single shot. He's going to hit, and then the sorcerer, the lieutenant beside him, will hit on a 2. So they're both going to hit. We're going to put the blast marker right up here on the upper level. I only play blast markers that they hit either the ground level or the upper level, wherever you want to really aim. It won't kill the multi-melt. It's just the easiest to draw line of sight to, as opposed to down here. I can see through that window. It'd be the same thing, but Andrew gets to pick what dies, as long as it's within... Actually, it's a blast marker, so he can choose whatever he wants. Anyways, the first one is going to hit 1 plus 2 partials. So it's going to be 2 hits. It'll be no wounds. And then the second one's going to aim at the same spot. So 2 hits and 1 wound. And you can go ahead and do your save. You're okay. And then I should have 4 guys firing combi bolters up at them as well. Twin linked. Don't need it. And these are going to be 2 wounds as well. No AP. Just your 3 ups. Oh, can't get through the power armor. And then we're going to try and do some bolter shots this way. Just 7 bolter shots. We're outside of 12. That is going to be 6 hits. And can 6 hits become 6 wounds? It does! 6 wounds. Full save, though. And it kills 3 of them.
That's only the Seraphim, right?
Yes. 2 remain. I assume you're going to keep the superior.
Yes. And one of the flamers.
And you might as well do a leadership check, because I'm done shooting. Whoosh. And you're going to be -1 leadership because you're under half. So you're probably looking for a 9 might fail.
I think they're 9, so... And they can't use her leadership, so...
Down to 8 then. So that means they're jump units. They move 3d6. You can just add a third one to it. 8, 9, 10 inches towards this long table edge. Normally, they wouldn't be able to rally because they're under half. But there's an act of faith that Andrew could do later, which has a chance of saving their butts. We're going to go ahead and declare some charges with the 2 Screamer units, and we'll resolve that fight. There's a hot mess in there. We got 2 Screamers unable to fight too far in the back there. We're going to go ahead and try and do another Passion to make... Because I got Furious Charge, my initiative goes up to 6. If you complete the Passion by rolling a 6 or more again, you'll go to initiative 6 as well. Yes!
No! Boo!
Oh, no! I meant to say yes like it worked for you. You want to roll high, I apologize.
You're good.
I don't like to celebrate bad rolls.
I like to bad Andrew, good job.
Bad Andrew. I like to bad Andrew. Bad Andrew, you suck. Good job.
You suck,
Killed my Chaos Lord.
You suck.
All right, that means I get to go first. We have one of them in base contact with the Canoness.
And they don't have power weapons, right?
No, they're just high strength. They're going to attack, that one's going to attack the Canoness. The other 4 will attack the Celestines. And at the same time, these 5, these 2 can't fight, will attack the Celestines as well. To the Canoness, a single hit. And a wound, but you have, does she have a 2-up save with the mantle?
Yep.
Oh, it didn't matter. And the rest of them on 4s, because your weapon skill good. That's a cool roll.
I don't like
if we were playing 10th edition, that would have done something.
I don't like you, Phil.
Yeah, Philadelphia is always here.
I don't like you, Phil.
It's like I could feel Phil's always with me, holding onto my shoulder, whispering into my ear.
Just, woo!
Woo! 4 wounds, and you have your normal saves. That will destroy nobody. And then I'm going to go ahead and resolve the 5 attacks from those Screamers. Boosh. 4 to hit. That is sideways.
See, I like those Phil rolls.
Yeah, sometimes he betrays too. He's like he's the 2 angels on my shoulder. I get woo!
I like you again, Phil.
We got 5 wounding hits, regular saves. Maybe I'll take out some Celestines this time. 3s. I'll destroy 1. But it gets the... Oh, no, you failed your Passion. Could be any of these ones there. I know, we're playing in the middle of the table. It's the worst.
I'm going to get the one in the middle. This is the easiest one.
Boom. So we got Canoness and 2 Celestines fighting the pink ones, and it looks like 2 of these fighting the blue ones.
Yes.
2 fighting the blue ones first. They always hit on 3s.
2 hits.
And 5s to wound with their chainswords. 2 wound, 1 wound.
1 wound.
Hey-ya-pa, I'm a demon. That's a dead demon. For the sake of my sanity, we're going to pull this guy from way back here. The 2 regular attacks into the pink ones, and then we'll do the Canoness. A hit. Nope. And then the Canoness should have 4 attacks. Yeah, with the Mastercraft. She is on fire today, everybody. Still 5s to wound, and we are Oh, so it's a draw combat.
It is.
I destroyed 1, you destroyed 1. There should be no other additional combat modifiers. So since you're not testing to fall back, I have to fall back myself. We're going to have the pink ones fly 3d6 right out that door. I'm going to go ahead and roll that right now. Get out of dodge. We're leaving Kansas. Only 5 inches, and then the blue ones are going to retreat towards the that way there. Thank you. And the blue ones are going to go towards that crater. Only 7.
Oh god.
Right, so they don't make it too far. They just leave the building there. You do get to move D6 inches with them if you want to. But so far they're doing an excellent job. They're being heavily harassed, but it's kind of working out for them. They're going to go up to 5. You can shuffle them about. To point out, I didn't give them initiative 10 like last time because I was kind of attacking from inside of the building. But if they're able to, like, they were defending that area, I charged them from outside, so it felt like they were defending a ruin. But this time I was able to fly in and get them. That is the end of my turn. That lines up both of his flamers on the Celestines against the Screamers of Tzeentch there. Not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Now, we're going to go ahead and do an Act of Faith on them. I can't remember what it was called.
It is called...
Survey says...
The Passion.
I thought the
No, I'm
Passion was
sorry.
the initiative. Look at him over there reading rules. Put him on the spot. What's the matter, Andrew? You're a fully grown adult. You can't read?
Yeah, I can't read, okay? I'm illiterate. Light of the Emperor.
Ah, we got there. All right, so Light of the Emperor is they become fearless, which means they automatically pass any morale checks, and means they rally.
You have to roll equal to or over the number of models in there.
On 2 dice.
Yeah.
So that's 1 Act of Faith. They're good there. And they're back in the game, which is cool. That means they can pretty much operate normally, which is nice. So they can move, shoot, and all that stuff. Or no, they get to...
They rallied, yeah.
They rallied. I have to double. Space Marines operate normally. I have to look at what they do. But everything else is going to go ahead and move, and we're going to show you where it ends up. It's mostly a move through cover on them, and I think that's kind of... Oh, we have to resolve that. We didn't do that fight, did we? And this fight with the priest on my turn. So we're both initiative 4. Here is my aspiring champion sorcerer. What's your weapon skill on the priest?
3.
3. All right, so we got 3 hits, and he is wounded. Does he have an emboldened save?
No.
So he gets his attack before he goes down. 1 hit, and nada. All right, so the priest dies. My guys move D6, and then we're going to continue with Andrew's turn. I go 5. That's where they end up. And then go ahead and roll me a move through cover there, Andrew, for the ladies in the corner in the crater. Yeah, they go 2. Excellent. You know my pain. You understand my slow and purposeful pain. That's where they end up, and these guys are able to move 3 inches on as a rally. I assume we're going to keep the multi-melted still.
Yes.
And that's kind of it. We're pretty content where everything is there. We're going to keep trying to harass. This is turn 5. So I have 1 more turn to harass. I have 2 more turns to harass the ladies inside. And you have 1 more turn to get them in that building, which is looking a little grim. Because only units in the building get to contribute to the final combat of the game. We're getting there, everyone. It's looking... I don't know. I feel like it's going to work out. That Canoness is going to be a problem. So that's it for movement. Shooting, we're going to have the heavy flamer and the regular flamer is going to hit pretty much... It's going to be tough to say. There's that one in that corner, but I'm going to use the power of the camera to show the angle here. We're going to shoot the flamer that way, hitting those 3, and this guy is technically down there. We just couldn't get him in the corner. So 4 hits on my flamers, and then the other flamer is going to get 4 hits if there's still 4 alive. Heavy flamer wounds on 3s. Nice. 2 demon saves. You'll destroy both. We're going to kill that one, and that means the regular flamer is going to get 3 hits that wound on 4s, which is 2 saves.
On 4s, right?
4s, yeah. So yeah, two more die. So I only really got 1 screamer left, and you should have... does she actually have a bolt pistol or an infernal pistol?
She had a bolt pistol, so I have a bolt pistol and 2 bolt guns.
There's 1 screamer left. Might as well finish it off. Bolt pistol. Good start. And then 4 shots. Oh, you rolled a wound up. Yep. And then 4 bolter shots from the other Celestines. Excellent start. And a finish. 2 of them. That is it. The last one is sent back to the warp. You could be so kind.
I certainly can.
I got that one. Bam. You get the hard ones. This is a demon-free zone.
This house is clear.
That is on to shooting up here. What do you want to do with the multi-meltas? Rubrics or Terminators? They're both in range.
Yeah. The Rubrics are probably a bigger threat.
Put the multi-melta shots into the Terminators. They're going to have, either way, they would have had a 5-up cover save from the new position, or they have a 5-up invulnerable save, so it doesn't really matter. The Terminators are just nastier.
I'll do it here.
1 hit. A 2 to wound a Terminator. My cool 2 wound... Oh! The Emperor was not with them, and then you have a couple bolter shots down here. Oh, sorry. You guys couldn't see that. 2 bolter shots from them through the window and through the door. And 1 hit. And That's a wound. We'll make our Terminator save, though. They rolled a 2 on their movement, unfortunately. And we know that they're outside of 12 for bolt gunfire and all the flamers. So that's it for shooting. I don't think you have any charging, really.
No.
They're just holding their position. We go right to my turn 5. So after like Andrew has 1 turn left to hold the middle here, and I have 1 turn to. It's awkward because I can't rely on the screamers. Because on turn 6, if I charge the screamers into fight, they must fall back out of the building, so they won't be in the building by the end of the game, so they won't be able to contribute to it. The best I can hope for is they just kill you out of it and no one's in the building at the end of the game, unless I get really lucky with my movement and I can move like 6 and 6 again to get in there, but I don't get to control that. At the very least, have them. We're going to move through cover, slow and purposeful 5. We're going to go through the front door. And then the screamers are going to fly in as well. Right, so we're going to break in through the door there. The screamers come flooding in, and let's see how far these scarab-clad terminators decide to go. They're going to go 3. And then the rubrics are going to go 2. Oh, being betrayed. Zinj, why? Well, there's a damn good chance we won't be seeing them contribute to the shrine battle. I like that. By the way, they simply deployed here. It's 5 turns of movement. We got them there. I love rules like that, though. I wish modern 40K had a lot of drawback rules to compensate with really good rules, and there's nothing wrong with the way it works. It's just modern 40K has only good rules, but it's fine because everyone has only good rules. I just missed when armies had drawbacks as well. But it's very easy to play against someone who wouldn't know what the Thousand Suns were in this era and be like, I don't have to remember about my slow and purposeful movement, or I might just forget it. And it's like, oh yeah, this thing, that's a whole drawback to the whole game scuffed because I forgot the rule. Stuff like that, right?
That's how you lose friends, I'm just saying.
It's probably very rarely malicious, but it's enough that if you forget it conveniently, the whole game could be... So it's easier for them to just not write those rules because no one's going to remember their drawbacks as well as their good stuff, right? As a general rule of thumb. At least I think that's what might have been the case because they slowly stopped removing the drawback rules. Anywho, let's go ahead and shoot. Watch this sick drive. Let's go ahead and do some shots. I just love that video so much. I'm going to do some bolter shots into the Celestines. And 3s to hit with their bolters. Oh, we'll take 1 miss.
Oh, come on, Phil.
We'll take 1. No, Phil's always here with me. 3s. Oh, boy. So that's a lot of wounds. You have to do them 4 at a time. So far you're good. The next 4, you could have just rolled those ones, you know.
Yeah, could have.
All right, so boom, and then there's only 1 more or 2 more saves to make on Celestines. I destroyed 1. Very, very good. And as for shooting here, again, the screamers and the building are going to block line of sight. I'm not even going to bother looking. They are going to fire their bolters up at the retributors to me.
Again?
We're going to try. So I can only kill these 2 and the 4 up there. So if I can kill these 2, oh, it's a blast. Well, some of them are blasts. Wow, so confusing. Anyways, we're not within 12. So here is the lieutenant hitting on a 2. It is twin linked. There's a little blast shot, boom. And then the aspiring champion hitting on a 3, twin linked. Oh, he misses. Infernal bolter shells exploding up here. 2 partials. Ooh, just 1 hit with that bolter shell. Wounds on that roll right there. I might as well lump in the other 4 combi bolter shots.
So 1 so far?
Yeah. Boom. Twin linked. And 3s. An additional 4 saves, please. 5 3-ups. And the first, you can kill these 2 down here. Oh, I can kill. Actually, no, you can kill those 2 if you want because they're not blessed.
That 1.
Yeah, boom. Sorry. Yeah, of those 2, you can kill 1 of them. That's what I meant. Then the rubrics don't have any targets to fire at, so I'm good to go right to charging. And I really don't want to charge in with my. Well, actually, I guess I could charge it with both. So I'm going to charge in the rubrics. And that means that they don't just charge 6, they charge 6. Okay, never mind.
They don't just charge 6, they charge 6.
They're going to go 6, but I'm going to charge in the little screamers first. Yeah, that's what it looks like after we're done charging. And Andrew's going to go for the passion to increase their initiative to 6 again. Now, you only need a 5-up. The passion is answered. They are now initiative 6. I actually go before my rubrics do, but at the same time as the screamers. I get the screamers out of the way. All 6 are able to attack. Only 1 of them is in base contact with the Canoness. We're going to try and take some damage on her. This is into the Canoness. We got a hit, and it is a wound. We're strength 5, so 1 2-up save. You're A-okay. The other 10 attacks into the unit, we're going to hit them 50%. That's awesome. Love
50%
that.
50% of the time, all the time.
2s with Furious Charge. 4 wounding hits. And just 3-up saves. Oh my gosh, they're power armor. And then they get to fight back. Canoness is going to attack the Screamers, because that's who she's in base contact with. 1 Celestine. You will worry about her first, I guess.
She has Mastercrafted. That's
oh, true, yeah. 3s to hit. I assume she's weapon skill 5.
She's weapon skill 4.
Ooh, so only 4s to hit, but a Mastercraft. Ooh, 2 hits and 5s to wound. Strength 3. Oh, we're lucky. Celestine is going to attack the Rubrics. These 2 are going to attack the Screamers. Screamers! 3s, because they're Celestines. A wound. I'm a demon. No, I'm not. Well, I am a demon, but it didn't help. And then the Rubrics. And mine Rubric is hit. Is mine Rubric? Nope. We're okay. And then the Rubric Marines get to fight. Now, they never get an extra attack for charging either. So they're not really a melee thing, but I do get... the Rubrics themselves don't, but the Aspiring Champion does, because that's an actual Marine. I'll go ahead and resolve him first. He's going to have 4 for charging. He's weapon skill 4, and you're weapon skill 4.
Yes.
Not Mastercraft or Spiky Bits, couldn't afford it. And 3 AP, 2 wounds. I can only kill 2, luckily. Yeah, because if I'm not in base contact with the character, I cannot allocate wounds into the character. Yeah, it's tucked in there. It's miserable.
Where I can't see her.
Yeah, and I can barely reach in there either. And then that's kind of... I guess at the same time, that Rubric Marine would have fought, which would allow the other 3 behind him to fight as well. This can only kill that 1 remaining Celestine in there. 2 wounds, 1 single 3-up save. You're good. You lost that combat. Yeah, you killed 1 Screamer, I killed 2 Celestines. You're under half, and I outnumber you heavily. Do you have any rules against morale or anything like that?
No.
So I think you're at like -3 here. We'll roll and double check, because it might not matter. What's your leadership?
10.
10? So you're under half for -1, and you are outnumbered base for another -1, but you're outnumbered 2 to 1 to make that -2. So that's at least -3, which means you will break.
Yes.
And we're going to do a sweep. I can't sweep with the Rubric Marines, but I can sweep with the Screamers. So here is the Screamers. I rolled a 10 in total because I'm initiative 6. You need to roll a 6.
I'm initiative 6.
Oh, yeah, the passion. You got to roll 5. Oh, you got it without it anyways. So you are able to break free, and I think that's the nearest table edge.
I'm in the center, so it's either one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That works for me. Coming this way, boom. So you're gonna go 2d6. They're gonna go 6. They're gonna run towards their allies, and then my Screamers have to go. It's weird. They only have to move if the enemy doesn't break, I think. Let me double check that. Ooh, that was a good outcome for them. So the Screamers can't stay engaged in combat. They only ever make 1 passing run. But if the enemy breaks free, then the Screamers' passing run just kind of keeps them where they are. So I am able to keep the Screamers and the Rubric Marines in the building there. I'm not going to worry about... you know what? I will Massacre move I'm going to consolidate the Rubric Marines.
Can they make a consolidation?
They can't sweeping advance.
That's what it was.
Yeah. I'm just going to have them... the guys that are creeping out of the building, they're just going to dogpile in the building a little bit more. These guys just consolidate. Just a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing with them. I'm just trying to get them there so they're all kind of close to each other. Thank you. And then one of them is wounded in the back there. That is my 5th turn done. We are corrupting the shrine. Are you going to do the fearless?
I will be.
Yep. All right, so we're going to go right to your turn 6. You're going to use one of your faith points on the Light of the Emperor, I believe it was called. Yes. So Andrew's going to roll 2 dice, and as long as he rolls 2 or more on those dice, they auto-rally.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Oh! Right on, 2 or less.
You got it, dude. Well done. So they get to operate normally. The Canoness and the Celestine have one final hurrah.
But they can't charge if they rallied, right?
They can, yes, they can. They operate normally. This is the only thing is they're limited on their movement, whereas Space Marines get a full move. The one thing we want to see is their move through cover roll. That's the only thing I really want to see here. So let's see if they can help influence. 6 isn't bad, because they could charge in with that. That's where they end up, and then the jump units, the Seraphim, they did rally last turn, and they're able to activate their jump axe move this turn. are also going to help influence this. And one of them's got a plasma pistol, and that one's got 2 hand flamers.
Yes.
Nasty, nasty, nasty. I always like it when the sisters eke out a win because they're always so heroic. Because their stats are always so against them.
They're regular people.
They're just regular
really,
people.
Really holy.
Yeah, they're equipped. They're equipped very well. They're probably one of my favorite factions. Like the dichotomy of them, I like a lot. I barely know what that word means, but I felt like it was the right way to use it. Start shooting with the Seraphim squad. Now, she pairs the 2 hand flamers together to make it 1 strength 4 flamer attack. I don't think hand flamers technically existed in this edition. They became strength 3 AP 6 later on. That's going to be 5 hits. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 screamers are hit by that one. Force to wound them.
There's strength
4?
4, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, gosh! All right, the twin flames engulf them and send 3 of them back to the warp. A plasma pistol to follow it up. This is not part of the Holy Trinity. Hit! And 2. And there goes the 4th one. We're going to be left with, essentially, we'll have this one right behind the sarcophagus, I suppose, left alive. There's that one there chilling. We do have the Celestine squad and the Canoness that could fire.
Yeah, because the heavy flamer and the flamer are now kind of...
Yeah, I guess they're kind of borked and blocked.
Yeah, whatever.
It's all good.
No big deal.
If they want to charge the rubrics, they must shoot the rubrics. What do we do?
So I can only fire the pistol because I'm going to be charging.
Yeah, you want to do pistol. Yep. So the Canoness.
Nope.
Nope. All right. Good doc.
Good job. Good job.
Did you want to do? Is this pistol
That's
shot?
a pistol.
You could do a pistol shot in the rubrics if you want from that one superior.
Yeah.
Because the flamer is going to be the characters are in the way. I think. Hit. Yes. Wound. Yes.
No. Oh, yes.
Save. Yes. That was in the rubrics. That's it for the shoe. Oh, nope.
Multi-meltas into the scarab-clad terminators.
Yes. The rubric terminators, the scarab-clad terminators are all the same. And great start. 2s to wound. Whoosh. And then you might as well throw in a single bolter shot. I'll save afterwards. Hit. And a wound. So that was 2. Was that 2 wounds from the
2.
meltas? Oh, it kills 1 because of invulnerable save, and it is instant death, even though they're 2 wounds. And my 2-up save against the bolter. Multi-melt has come down this way. We're going to lose that rubric terminator. That will be it for shooting. I do owe Andrew a demonic instability check on the screamer. Ooh. Oh, he's going to pass. We're fine. Heroic charging.
Can they go?
Yep.
Bork.
Boop.
And Bork.
Boop. And then we want to send them in there as well. Shouldn't be. They do have to do a move through cover because they got to vault over the wall. Don't roll like a double 1. 3? Unfortunately, 3 is not going to make it into the champion there because they do have to move over the barricade. It will be a move through cover charge roll, which means that's how far they could charge. And the Seraphim only charge 6, so they're not able to get in either. So it is going to come down to the Canoness fighting until the bitter end. As long as she doesn't break from combat, we do go into a special, end game combat sequence.
She can't. She's fearless until the end of my turn.
Oh, it's until the end of the turn? Perfect. So it'll go right to... That means she doesn't want to break on the end of my turn. They're going to invoke the passion, increasing their initiative by 2. It's automatic because there's only 2 of them.
Let's see if I roll over a 2 on 2 dice.
Yes.
Okay, good job, me.
So you get to go first with the Canoness, and then go ahead with the Celestine afterwards.
So she has 4 plus 1.
5 attacks then, yep. Should be 4s to hit. And Master Crafted for an extra potential hit. And then it'll be 5s to kill. Yeah, they don't have invulnerable saves. Not kill, it'll do... Damn it!
Oof.
Oh, the Celestine has 2 attacks. Because
Yes.
she charged in. And they do hit on 3s all the time. And a wound, of course. We're okay with power armor. I get to fight back. This guy would be in base contact. So it's him plus...
You have power. Well, he can only kill the Canoness, right?
Correct.
Okay, then I don't have to worry about.
Yep. This model is going to attack the Canoness, and the rest are going to attack the superior. Just the
regular last.
The Celestine, yeah. Going to do the aspiring champion into the power weapon there, or into the Celestine. What just kills her?
You know,
It's AP.
the power weapon into.
This is Celestine.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then I have a single rubric attack into the Canoness. Now they're going to be fearless, so it doesn't really matter here. Hiya! Hiya! It's a wound. 2-up save. You're okay. Good upgrade. Then you're fearless, you auto pass. Oh, but you are going to take some automatic hits because you are fearless. Are outnumbered 4-1 or more because you only have 1 model. So that means the max is 3 automatic wounds, but you get your full save against it. A damage. But she has 2 or 3, I assume.
2 left.
2 remaining wounds on the Canoness. You did lose a Saint unit or a Blessed unit?
It's Faithful, I think is what they call
Oh,
them.
Faithful unit, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's some...
And that's kind of it. So my guys are going to pile in 6 to get into you. They just go the closest to engage, and then some of them are going to come up and around. Hey, oh gosh, the middle of the table, why? And that's kind of it. She is going to fight with extreme zeal. Unfortunately, that was Andrew's final turn. And that was his last chance to get models in the shrine. They fell short a little bit. Just literally by an inch on them on their charge. So go to my turn. It's going to be super quick. I am simply going to see if I can move my guys into the building. Scarab-clad, going to go 4. They're not going to make it. And then the other guys, they can't make it either, no matter what I roll. 5, no. They'd have to move 5, declare a charge. The charge is too far away. There's no point in moving them. I have more than enough in there anyways to try to make this work. So I'll charge that Screamer in. I'm not going to worry about shooting because nothing else matters. We're just going to have a nice, quick final turn 6 here. And we're going to go right to fighting.
And I'm going to burn my last 2 faith points for, so increase my resistance by 2 and give myself a 3-up invulnerability save.
Yes, it changes your basic armor save to an invulnerable save instead, which will be very relevant for the power weapon guy who's about to fight you.
And I have to roll over the number of models. Wait, I got this.
Hiya.
And the other one.
Very good.
I did it.
And that's it for your acts of faith?
That's my last 2
You're
faith
out?
points.
All right. So let's see if this Screamer's going to fight at the same time as you because he has +1 initiative. Hits on 4s, wounds on 2s. Boom. And you have a 2-up save still because I have no AP. Oh my God!
But she can still fight.
Yes, she does, but she just died.
Yes.
So that's going to be game for the Thousand Suns.
Yes.
However, let's see what she kills. You want to go for the unit or the Screamer?
the rubrics.
Go for the rubrics. Let's see what she does. Can't believe you rolled 2 1s at the end. Oh my God. 3 hits, mastercrafted. And that's just, I can't get over it. That's so funny. A wound. That's just going to kill. There's a wounded rubric within range of her. You got that guy. I know.
2 1s.
2 1s, and she took the wound from being outnumbered earlier. If you would have rolled higher on them to get in there, that could have gone a long way. We would have just kept fighting that combat out. The advantage I would have is I have a power weapon aspiring champion in there. Is she equipped with a power weapon? No. Okay, it just has the extra attack. That is it for the game. So what ends up happening is this aspiring champion is able to nab the relic, smash the glass, disrupt whatever nonsense is there, grabs it, and they all Thousand Sun poof to smoke and get away with it. And then this place is desecrated and will be set to be torn down, maybe, and rebuilt in in a greater way, more valuable way. Who knows?
This actually may lead into the battle against Skari.
Oh,
because it was me trying to come back and get the planet back.
Oh, that would make sense. So it could tie into that one. And by that, Andrew and Skari played a massive city fight game with this table, but built up even higher, using the proper city fight, or Cities of Death, whichever one came out in this edition.
City fight was the one we did, which was 3rd.
You did City Fight specifically? Okay, gotcha. So they played City Fight for that one.
And you should watch that one.
After this one. If you haven't already watched that one. This one might come out before it. It's all based on the different, because the City Fighter is like a different playlist almost.
Yes.
Because it's not showing off anything new. It's just showing off how City Fight used to work. Is that playlist? That's not going to be too many episodes. It's probably be like 6-ish if I had to guess.
And not to ruin anything, so I'm not going to say anything about that one.
Yeah, smart. But that was a great game, Andrew. Thank you very much for whiffing the rolls towards the end there. That was awesome. Woo, you suck.
Boo, Phil.
No, let's go, Phil. But we are still going to have a post-game show for our Vault members, the ones that are subscribed to the channel, our YouTube members, and all of them, the ones who support MiniWarGaming and allow us to make all this content for free for you guys to check out on YouTube eventually.
You should definitely subscribe to the Vault.
It would be a huge help. It does allow us to continue our production and try out all of these new and different ways to play Warhammer 40k, and hopefully entice you guys at home to try it out as well. If you're feeling a little burnt out with the rat race of modern 40k, because it can be, for someone who's deeply ingrained in it, I find it exhausting, and I'm sure a few people share that sentiment. And this is a nice breath of fresh air. I'm not saying to drop Modern 40K, I wouldn't want to at all. It plays a different game very well, but this plays a different game very well as well. As always, happy wargaming, and we'll see you Vault members in the post-game show.
Next time.
Andrew, why are you the way you are?
Because I'm this awesome.